Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So good to see you. It's good to have you here. I'm just gonna get a few people in here. I'd like to invite you all. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we're just getting settled in here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. It's very good to see you all today. So I intuited a message, right? I intuited a message about someone's self-worth today. Someone could be feeling inadequate. I'm not sure why I picked that up. I'm not sure who that's for. But I'm getting it could be a King of Wands feels inadequate, but they're not. This could be over a lifestyle choice. It could be over a King of Cups. It could be over someone who's established in another house, another residence or something. But I'm seeing that there's no blockage to communication or even like attitude supporting this person. So that could be an energy that someone's struggling with today. There could be something about a lady and a King of Wands. So we have the Ace of Swords. We also could have an air sign signifier and a King of Wands. So it's a fire sign signifier. That's an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. And then with the split deck showing the key on the bottom of the deck, it's the truth. It's also the divine truth. So this is super important. Pardon my voice. This is super important because it's signifying the truth of the matter and also what they're working on with the Eight of Pentacles here. This could be an ambition. This could be an endeavor. Thank you for joining. Hi. You know, this is something that has to do with the attitude that they're holding. They want to work on things together. There's also like a union here. There's union energy. If you were here last night, you would know that this energy came up in the reading as well. And there is a union. There is a return home. There's something beautiful in the works here. And there's also something long-term. These two are working on something long-term, which is beautiful. Just taking a sip of my morning coffee here. I'm just waking up with you all. This is divine. This is a divine structure and divine timing behind this with the anchor card and the signifier of 35. This could be someone who is 35. This could be something like 35 hours, 35 days. It could have been 35 weeks that this was, you know, a situation. This is a divine union that's happening here. And yeah, confirmation with Aquarius placements. Aquarius could be significant. This could be a star. This could be a person who is, you know, in their star energy right now. This could also be an ambition that's being held very closely here. And there could be news of this today for someone if this is resonating with you. Someone could be bringing you a message of love with the Nine of Cups. That's so beautiful. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. This is a general collective reading. I'm reading for all general messages here For everyone who's present in the chat, feel free to invite your friends. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Hello to everyone. I'm going to try to tap the hello sign for each of you who joined and remained here. Thank you for following. So we have someone, thank you so much for the taps. I appreciate your heart so much. There is a change to a domestic situation. Someone feels like they could have grown apart from someone. Someone feels like this housing situation was split apart, maybe too soon. There was some sort of really upsetting and like devastating separation. And then like now there's a change pending to fix this and to bring harmony back to the home. So it's actually being processed. That is so beautiful. We have the Queen of Cups energy, healing, emotional energy. This is so beautiful. Do you know, like, I'm so, have you ever been so happy that you just want to like, you just want to fling something? Like you're so, this is so good. This is such good energy. I'm also getting though, like as an empath, I feel things in my body about this. Someone anticipating this feels really emotionally cramped and upset. Like this is something that's truly making them nervous. And I'm not sure whose energy that is. I mean, I'm intuiting that the situation itself is making someone anxiety, but also there could be an external party who's nervous about the success of this, which is very weird because why would they be upset about such a beautiful thing? It's like, I intuited because someone isn't their girlfriend anymore. Okay, listen, that is giving very disturbing stalker energy. If someone broke up with you, or if you're no longer their girlfriend, I guess that's just the plate you've been served. Like, I don't know what to tell you about that. That's very disturbing that someone would try to like emotionally and psychically latch onto someone as if they're their property. But yeah, I'm getting very hot. That could be profound for someone here. That could be profound as a message that needs to be put out into the universe because someone is like, I just intuited the word warlock. This person was doing magic to bind someone in a relationship. Thank you for joining the live. And they're like upset that they got away. There could have been a weapon involved. There could have been a weapon involved in some situation where magic was being done and not spoken about, and it involved... Oh my god. Oh my god. Confirmation. This is a toxic Libra. I don't know if this resonates for anyone else here. A toxic Libra is behind the magic. Their name starts with S. That's a confirmation. This comes out a lot in the readings. Like a lot. I'm so serious. This person energetically stalks and like continues to try to convince the energy that a person belongs to them, and they don't. They've already moved on. That's so weird. That's, oh my god. If any of you... Okay, chat time. Chat time. We're going to talk about warlocks here today. Thank you for the lives. Thank you. Yes, thank you too. If you go live, thank you. Thank you for the likes. The thing I want to talk about today is warlocks. What are they, right? A true witch, not a healer, not an herbalist, not a divine alchemist, not any of those, but a witch. A witch or a warlock is someone who uses someone's free will against them. These are people who manipulate children, okay? These are people who manipulate your body with toys, dolls, your own body fluid, your clothing, your DNA. These are people who will run into your house and steal your toothbrush, hoping there's blood on it, so that they can do a ritual on your own DNA to append you energetically to something. Now, a lot of people will be like, how does that work? How is that possible? This is how. Your aura is an ethereal encasing. It's basically like how electricity will travel on water, right? If electricity can conduct through water, your aura is a conduction of your own bioelectric electricity. Through your blood, through the ions in your blood, through the ions in your body fluid, through your sweat, through everything, right? What happens when a warlock or a witch is trying to bind you to something, they are saying, this energy that is here in this DNA, this identity, I want this to be stuck to XYZ. And that's the ritual. They literally take your DNA as your signature, your energy signature, something that is undeniably yours. Your spit, your blood, your eyelashes, your hair, your toenails, things that grow straight from the production center of you, right? That's why they use these things, because it's your signature. It's like you signing a paper with your pen to say, this is me. But it's your energetic signature. It's your DNA. It's your literal production of your own cells that they're using to stick you to something. So sometimes what will happen, especially in very toxic relationships where someone is trying to use magic to manipulate your perception, which is literally like against the law. I don't care what anyone says, if you can prove that it is against the law, and you can now with one of the things that I annotated in my book. It's going to release soon. It's called Attacks, actually. So stay tuned for this. There is a synopsis that you can actually go through to identify whether or not you have been spiritually attacked or bound to something. And it usually starts with intuition nudges. It starts with intuitive nudges that push you and say, hey, something's wrong. Something has control of your body and it doesn't feel like it's you. Okay? My personal experience with this was trying to go to sleep in someone's house. This was the person who hexed me, by the way. His name was Seamus, or one of his consorts who works for him did this. And to this day, I don't know how many of them. So if I wanted to give names, I don't even know if I could. But this is what it feels like. You go to lay down to take a nap because your body is exhausted. It is drained from being used energetically. And when you go to sleep, when you lay your head on that pillow, you know what happens? You stand right back up as if you're not even in control of your own legs. And you walk around feeling like mentally and emotionally drained, exhausted, completely drained. Okay? This actually happens. Do you know how long that happened to me for? Do you want to know how long I lost sleep for? Literally 2 months. 2 months. This entity that they tried to attach me to forced me to go to bed at 8:30 at night. Every night. 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night, I was assigned to bed. But if I tried to take a nap earlier in the day, I was ushered out of bed. This literal entity would swing my legs off of the bed. Okay? And I had no idea that this was even happening to me. I was like, am I crazy? What is happening? Why do I not have control of my body in this house? And I found out it was because spiritual entities were forcing me to be restless. Okay? Someone didn't want that to change for someone. Someone wanted to be able to bind them to something. Okay? And they have been praying on this to return to a state of affairs, but it's not. Because what happened was, once I realized, and this may be helpful to each and every one of you, once you realize, and this is a divine message that I was sent to deliver, once you have an idea that it is even possible for strange things that are happening to your body to be witchcraft, that's the moment it backfires. That is your protection. The reason it backfires right then and there is because you and your awareness are attuning to a frequency in your own mind and in your own consciousness that what you're seeing is not at face value. And then the illusion, which is what they need to persist your perception being flawed, is gone. It is removed. Okay? So all you have to do, whether or not you pray, is just to acknowledge that magic is an option that abusers will use to control you. And you must apply that reasoning. So you can ask yourself, is this influenced by magic? And if you ask that question and the energy shifts to comfort instead of fear, you might be onto something. Okay? Now, we're going to discuss further what the burdens of dealing with a warlock and a witch may feel like. So not only will you possibly feel like you don't have control of your own body, but you may end up doing things that you normally don't do. You really might. Like, I'm speaking from personal experience here. You may be tempted to indulge in habits that you don't keep when you're alone. You might be more prone to sort of show off and like maybe want to do things to go along with them. But on your own volition, you wouldn't do that, right? I'll give you a great example. I didn't drink for about 3 years before meeting this person. And then I got to their place, and when I started living there, something in my body was so afraid that it was like the only way you're gonna solve this is drinking. Why don't you have a drink to calm your nerves? I didn't drink. I was basically completely sober at this point in my life. I didn't drink. And then, once in a while I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll have a martini. I'll have a, what was it? What was my drink of choice? It was like a margarita. Okay. It was something like that. And then it became more and more a bottle of wine, a this, a that. But this was fear-based. And where was the fear coming from? It was coming from debilitating anxiety from being hexed. Okay? People who hex you are going to have an energy that looms on you because they're possessing you. They're possessing you with tools. They're possessing you with chants. They're possessing you by exchanging energy with you so that they can walk in your essence as if they're you. Energetic signatures are not just DNA based also. Sometimes it's your voice, your sense of self-carriage, your confidence, your opinions, your concepts, your sense of self. If you possess yourself well, someone will try to possess you. That is the honest truth. Because let's be serious. If the angels that fell from heaven still steal from God, there is nothing stopping someone of that creed from thinking that they're supposed to steal from you. So that is your likeness, your personality, your presence, your life force. Literally, your life force. Okay, very creepy things we're discussing here. And just to give you an idea of how sick this is, they will lure you into bed to lock the curses in. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get messy in this one. Okay, people. Hi, Pamela. Thank you for joining my live. People will literally claim, I'm a good person. I'm so altruistic. I'm this and that. I am going to do this and this and this for you. And then you know what? Once they get you in that bedroom, you start to realize it was all BS and it was possibly a curse. You're going to start realizing after you have sex with someone, if your body starts going out of whack, you feel nervous, suddenly like you don't know what's going on with yourself, everything you keep like tabs on suddenly starts to go, like you feel like your whole life is in chaos energetically. This is a problem. And you're gonna have tips and signs from this person that this is their intention. They're gonna disappear. They're going to become suddenly emotionally unavailable, uninterested in you. You're going to feel like something about their energy has literally just vanished once they got something. Like a theft. Literally like a theft. And it is theft. It's energetic theft because do you know something? I'm going to say here for each and every one of you what you don't want to hear. The reason they do this is because you're stuck wondering and feeding your emotional energy to the fact that they disappeared. I'm not going to say that every situation like this is the same, but it is so common. You would actually get upset if you notice this. Ghosting as a weaponized thing is something to lure your energy into a funnel. Okay? Are we all on the same page here? If someone ghosts you, and they are not even remotely interested in anything that you could be doing, they have suddenly, after they have entered your body, especially your sacred space, okay? Like, this is why I tell my friends to go celibate and not to date casually like this. Because, like, if someone enters your body, they are quite literally exchanging essential parts of the soul with one another, okay? And if you do that with the wrong person and they take advantage of like the pull that they have after having done that with you, that's abusive. like, I'm going to be the one to make it like a big deal. Yeah, I feel like that's emotionally abusive because that is a sacred act. That's something that most people consecrate a marriage with, right? Now, I understand we're in the modern times now. Some people don't take it as seriously and they're like, okay, whatever. And I get that too. I understand that. I understand. But these people are weaponizing that. It's not casual. It's not like, oh, I just wanted to try it. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, be careful, but there's nothing wrong with that. These people who are actively seeking people to harvest off of will make it a point to go out and date them, lure them into a false sense of security, and then use that false sense of security to then stick the knife in, right? This is inappropriate because this is taking away a person's willingness from them and displacing it into something that they feel stuck in, which is an energetic tie, right? Now, you can always cut these ties. You can imagine yourself, like, I'll give you the solutions for the problems as well. I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to wake you up. I am here to be like, hey, I love you enough to tell you your alarm's been going off for like 4 days, and I just want you to get out of bed and feel better because you deserve to, These energetic ties can be severed with meditation, okay? All you need to do is sit and visualize yourself in a sacred bubble of space, a sacred place, a sacred aura that is completely protected. You can imagine it as something that's hard. You can imagine it as something that is like effervescent, that's bubbly. You can imagine it as whatever it is you seem to identify with as a protective space. And then you want to imagine the people that drain your energy. If you notice that you feel tired, if you notice that you feel like pulled away from your attention by something or someone, right? You actually want to visualize this and just imagine them in front of you, and then imagine like a scythe or a scissor or something sharp. I usually imagine like a crystalline blade, like something with utmost clarity and very sharp as well. I visualize this and I just imagine that the cord that is tied between myself and this person who has been draining my energy is just completely severed. Almost as if you're holding it like a cable. You feel where it's attached to your body. You pull it. You pull it in front of you. You pull it where you can see it. And you take that imaginary blade that you have and you just snip it. You cut it completely. And you can light a candle to do this. You can burn herbs to do this. I recommend sage and Palo Santo. Those are usually very common recommendations. You can also burn deer's tongue. Deer's tongue is an exorcism root that is burned sometimes along with, I want to say it's frankincense. Frankincense, deer's tongue, Palo Santo, sage, and you can infuse some other things in there, like you can put rue, black peppercorns, and pine oil together to like put in an oil diffuser and then send that energy as a banishment thing to banish whatever it is that was evil upon them away from your home and your body. Those are very powerful though. Be very, very careful working with rue, okay? Because like while it is herbal and it's a remedy and it's whatever, rue as an herb is quite literally something that will shun whatever it touches away from you. So you want to be very sparing, okay? Also, err on the side of reciting Catholic prayers if you're going to do this. Pray to whoever you like, but I have noticed you don't really need to go the extra mile and do the witchcraft thing if you're actually connected with the powers that be that want to serve you forever and not just intermittently for whatever it is you're doing. So what I usually do is I pray a Catholic prayer. I pray an exorcism prayer. Little known fact about me, I have an exorcism prayer tattooed on my chest. Like literally my blood is tied with the sacrament of exorcism. And I have been known to break hexes on people that have been long-standing. Not to brag, but I can do that. I have been attacked for the fact that I can protect people. And, it's just my goal here to help people get aligned with their highest resonance in spirituality so that they don't destroy themselves, their lives, their opportunities, and their senses of self Thank you, Lacey, for joining. Welcome back. So going through the cord cutting thing that you can do, you can pray to God, and then you can imagine the energies that are draining you, and you just want to sever them. You want to cut them with scissors. You want, like, not literally, but like, if you have difficulty imagining scissors, just hold a pair of scissors and pretend that you're cutting the air. But what I would truly recommend is you engage your environment physically, emotionally, spiritually, and psychically, and try to meditate to align these things. Bring them all to the center of yourself, and just like focus on the energy that actually brings you to your highest resonance and purpose, so that you can conduct what it is you need to conduct. Cord cutting rituals are actually also a bit like surgeries. So if you had an extensive cord with someone, be prepared to feel physical tingling effects, tiredness. You're gonna feel almost like you got stitches. If you've ever had stitches, you know how you get sore, you feel like the skin is a little hot. This is a normal sign of spiritual surgery, so don't get upset if you feel this. But what you do need to do is take it easy and be very emotionally comforting to yourself at this time. Because for someone who has done cord cutting rituals with family members, with people who have been especially toxic, I know exactly what you would be going through, and it's not cozy. Like, you have to create your coziness. You have to, like, give yourself the tea. You have to make yourself the snacks. You have to, like, sometimes you have to actually sit in bed and kind of just sit there, like tucked into bed, like, okay, I'm here, I'm comfortable, I'm healing, and just give yourself a few hours to a day, and then just go back to what you're doing. Because, like, if you are doing your best to heal from a situation, you really need stillness. You need stillness. You don't want to be bustling around, ignoring the fact that you're healing, because you want to be at home in your body. That's what you want to do. You want to be at home in your body, and you want to be at peace with your decisions. So whatever it is that creates that for you, you want to do that. And this, with the anchor at the bottom, these, I think the cards are actually responding to the fact that I'm offering very long-term success energy for any type of practices that you'd be doing. So there is this, and there could be a permanent residency that someone is seeking, and that's good. I'm seeing that this could be a very lucky opportunity here, so that's beautiful. It's moving you onto calmer waters for sure. That's beautiful. I'm grateful to be a witness to that energy. It's very nice. So there's that. Okay, and then there's also a victory. There's a victorious energy here. I'm not sure whose energy this is, but this is awesome. Check this out. News of this today. This could be something that's happening today, but it's going to usher in a lot of happiness. A lot of happiness with the 9 of Cups. And this could have to do with a choice, right? You may choose to be happy. I'm seeing that, oh, this is also a healthy arrangement. Very good. That's what it is. It came out under these cards over here with the house, the anchor, right? And then the clover too. So these two were also together. Kat, thank you so much for joining and sending all these hearts. Thank you. So, okay, this is beautiful, beautiful energy. Very nice. And yes, to close out this message, I just want to sign out with the message that the divine ancestors are here. They have been here. If you have divine ancestors, they are likely protecting you a lot from some interferences. I want to tell you all, because you all are like my pals, right? I usher very good energy into the chat and I welcome it back in, right? There is someone trying to do a mouth binding spell on someone to stop them from speaking. And I'm noticing that it keeps happening on matches. Stay tuned for this, because I noticed that when matches come up, people try to match lives and energy and things like that. They're actually casting energy to try to shut someone up. This is like a secret intention and a hex underlying a regular TikTok function. Can you believe this? I was just on the receiving end of that. Someone tried to match with me and I declined them, and they did it again, and I felt my jaw shutting. You know something? Okay. I'm gonna have to do a video and a segment on this, but we're gonna get into it for a second. There is an archaic type of black magic called seher, okay? I learned this from my Islam bros, my Muslim friends, okay? Sihr is a type of black magic that follows you around. It's like evil eye, but evil eye to the extent of like almost like mob-like behavior. Like you have 40, 50, 100 people in your town. All of them are giving you the evil eye and starving you. They're not giving you food. They're not giving you opportunities. They're closing their mouths whenever you ask them for help. When you ask them for clarity, they say nothing. It's very much like the Omerta principle in the mafia, if you've heard of that, okay? So they weaponized black magic in Islam, and it actually came, this is what they don't want you to know, okay? This is between us and anyone you share this with. What they don't want you to know is that Sihr is actually rooted in Judaism. It's the archaic black books of Judaism. As I'm saying this, somebody tries to match again. The archaic black books of Judaism that we're not supposed to reach the public. This is what the occult is actually based in, okay? So Sihr is another name for Judaic black magic, and it is the manipulation of energy against people's will to force them to obey commands. And this is also the use of jinn. If we want to go back, because I can go way back for hours about the historical roots of certain things in religious history and etymology. The books that we're talking about, the black magic and the Sihr that we're talking about, is actually the elder god magic of, like, we're talking about like Astaroth, Dumuzid, Tammuz. We're talking about Inanna. We're talking about Ishtar. These blood gods, right? We're talking about this. This is something that people tried to burn out of history because it used jinn instead of the term angels, okay? If you talk to Muslim people, they're going to tell you that the people who referred to angels in Catholicism are actually referring to the jinn in Islam. But jinn are evil, right? Jinn are purportedly evil creatures. They are fallen angels. But here's the thing. Jinn inhabit water, okay? So what people will do is they will take a cup of water or a bottle of water, better yet, okay? They will take a container like this, fill it with water as much as they need to in order to house the spirit of a jinn, and they will set the bottle somewhere and just leave it there. They'll just leave it there. People will walk around like, why? Who just leaves water out like that? It's jinn. It's literally the jinn inside of it working to spy and collect information on who they set that out for. Okay? And it doesn't have to be one person in particular. Sometimes people do that to hunt people. This is elder magic we're talking about. The elder card just came out. This is old god shit, okay? People don't want you to know that the old gods are still being used. Look at this. Look at this. The elder card and then the lady card. This is the ace of swords that just came out. The truth. Okay? So we are talking about the fact that people are manipulating old god magic and pretending that they're faithful to a different creed. We have some hedonists. We have some liars. We have some very, very fake people running these contracts. Fake mother energy. Fake mother energy. Do you know how abusive that energy is? Look at this. They're going to like private sanctums to go pray. These are like conference rooms that they go to and they hold service there, pretending that they're actually of a different creed. I'm seeing that something about their garments is also significant because, like, look at this guy's pants, right? His leggings and his, like, frou-frou pant thing. I don't know what they're called, so I'm doing my best here. But this outfit is standing out to me. There's something about the significance of the outfits that they wear that you can tell them apart with, okay? And in a lot of secular religions, that is the case. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're going to be able to tell because they're ceremonial. There's something about the way that they dress for certain occasions certain moments of their week, their month, whatever, that is ceremonial in nature, and you will be able to tell that these are the people who are practicing the older magic. I'm hearing some of them do, some of them don't. It's a secular decision, but the high-ranking ones are very powerful through blood. So they're doing blood sacrifices. That's their contract, to persist blood sacrifices under the radar through human sacrifice. Oh my God. Through human sacrifice. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We just uncovered a secret here. This wasn't just me flicking my wrist and turning a card. This is the energy of the card shifting in live time in front of you. The reason why people, I understand why they don't want it to come out either, because the reason why this was even being done was to secure wealth and housing. So if people find out that these people are actually committing sins in order to get this done, they're going to be obviously ousted out of every community, shunned, and their housing situation is going to be in the balance of a decision by the courts as potentially against the law to be living the way that they are. That's why they don't want people to know that. That's intense. I understand that, but you know what? I wouldn't want my kids around someone who believes in human sacrifice. Because children are the most pure essence of energy that you could have. It's to be protected at all costs. Like, what is not being understood about that, truly? This could have been a victorious message for people who did not understand that this was going on, but this is also a lack of burden on the people who are, in fact, following a creed that is gentle. Gentle, right, and just. Yeah, predatory energy in the reverse. Now that you're aware of this, tell the others. I came here to do the Lord's work, everyone. That's all I care about. The rewards will come later. They'll come now, they'll come later. Whatever it is they come in the form of, I welcome them and I'm grateful. On that note, I do need to wrap up this live because I need to get going. I have an appointment and I just want to make sure that everyone who joined me feels happy that they joined. I'm grateful that you're here. Hello to you all. This was a very lucky day to meet with each of you and to discuss these things, and I'm so grateful for you. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. If you have any questions for me, DM them to me. I can do readings for you. I'd be happy to. In fact, I do accuracy readings as well with separate tools. We can discuss that. If you have any questions, thank you for liking the live. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. And in the case that you would like to tip me or send presents or something like this, I'm open to it, and I'm also very grateful because it helps me cover basic expenses. And if I changed your life today, I mean, all the better. I'm just here to make a difference. It's what I was sent to do. It's what I feel like I was sent to do, man. G7. So I'm dropping both my PayPal and my Cash App information. I also use Zelle. Just ask me in my DMs and I can send it to you. I also found out that for those of you who are wondering why my PayPal wasn't working yesterday, it was because apparently capital letters matter. I found this out. So this is the comment for you. You just want to check the tiredg0th notification that's here. And that is basically, I pinned it right at the top so you have it there and you can, use that for anything that you need if you'd like to send me anything. And I just keep that there because it's just easier for everyone else's purposes. We have people, oh gosh, what is this about? We have people trying to attack a star energy. I'm hearing under cloak. That's rude. So whoever is trying to attack the star energy, these are people who are formerly gossipers or deceiving people, trying to show back up to show mercy. Oh, they're still gossiping. They're showing up to gossip and do black magic. Weren't we just discussing this? I feel like we were just talking about this and now it's coming up in the cards. They could be attacking a twin flame connection. They're trying to stop a twin flame connection. Look at, do you see how the cards slid off of this? They slid off to reveal the sun at the bottom of the deck for happiness and correction with the 31 at the top and the Ace of Pentacles. Gifts, happiness. Split the deck on the lady. Child, listen. And then we have the Union card with a soulmate, and then something about the number 333 could be significant. This is the number of an enlightened master, enlightened mastery. These people are literally trying to hex two people who are like in an enlightened state and fully aware of their purpose and consciousness on this earth. Do you understand how crazy it is to be an interference to something like that? Look at this, the Six of Wands victory for them and not you if you're doing spell work on them. This could be a mother figure who's attacking them. They feel like their work is never done because they're not supposed to be doing that work. It's really simple. Everyone, it's really simple. This is not your average mom. This is like step monster. You know, this is like a heart energy constantly being tossed into the sea of drama because of this mother figure. I'm intuiting the word specifically, jealousy. Something about the envy in their spirit is very caustic to something, and it's fueling their magic purposes. That's very sad. That is very sad. Okay, I'll say it this way, right? Just to unblock the energy here. While envy can be a natural response to something, I understand how it feels to be a person who envies something. But why sit in that? Why do you prefer the energy of someone else over your own inherent authentic energy? You know, look at this. Let's uncover the contracts you actually have, which are with yourself. To value yourself, to love yourself. Right? We're not here to steal each other's futures. We're not here to steal each other's souls. We're not here to steal each other's fame. I picked up the deck and these are the cards that are at the bottom. So with this snake signifier at the bottom, choose wisely. Be aware of your choices to shed things that lack inspiration for others. You know, like you yourself, your own life, when you live in your own skin, you're the most powerful and inspiring person you can be. Do you know that? I want to end that here. I want to leave that here for all of you because I feel like that's a good place to leave off here. I want you all to meditate today and realize how special and crucial and important you all are. Kat, thank you for my hearts. You just made a huge difference for me. I have 5.6 thousand likes because of your generous heart, and I'm very grateful for you. Thank you for tuning in here. Thank you for being present to my friends here, everyone who joined, everyone who's here. Robin, thank you for being here. Maria, thank you for being here. Regina, thank you as well. I'm so grateful that each and every one of you took a moment to come here to witness this general message that I had to deliver for you and to you today, and to just be receptive to the heart spaces that we all have here. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you, Robin. Hearts right back. I know they come to me, but like hearts on the screen. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so we're going to leave it here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to start doing a trend too whenever I get on to a live. If you ever have questions or anything like that and you'd like to book me for a reading, definitely book the personal readings with me. You know, within like, I'd say a personal or private venue, like DM me, message me, find me on WhatsApp if you have my number, whatever it is, you know I'm receptive to you. The only reason I would avoid WhatsApp is like, I'm not going to be contacting you first on WhatsApp. Like, I'll give you my number. I'll give you a way to contact me. I also have contact information where you can like call my business number and reach me there and book with me. Like, we can do this any way you like. But to avoid scammers, I'm not going to reach out to you first on any of those things. I have to make contact with you first to arrange it. I might send you a link first if we have already arranged a meeting, right? But you would know it was me because I'm going to be like with you as we do this. But just to let you know, if you have any questions in the live, I want to start doing things where I want to get the likes and the counts of people up a little more before we do anything, so that way everyone has a chance to join in. And right now we have 5.6 thousand likes, which is amazing. I want to try to get to like 10 each session. So if we can break 10K likes each time I go live, I feel like that would be huge, because that will also bring me up in rank in some of the competitive things that I'm doing, and all of you can see me shine and deliver my messages for everyone. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for bringing me to a place where I can do this for you, where I can be here for you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so moved. I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your presence here, for everything that you make possible for me as the creator, and everything that I am allowed and granted to do for you to help heal you and bring you to a place of peace in your life. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna go now, and I'll be back later. Thank you.